Okay, so before I get into this video, I hope viewers will excuse me if I just quickly round up this evening's news because there's been some big developments. Kwasi Kwarteng has been sacked by his trust. Jeremy Hunt is the new Chancellor of the Exchequer. Hunt, of course, is a political veteran, former Foreign Secretary and Health Secretary, but he's the fourth Chancellor in this country in a year. That's incredible. I don't think that's ever been the case. Four chancellors in 1 year. So it's clear the Tories are in a mess, and many people are saying Truss threw a friend under the bus to save herself, and that's probably true. Um, the other story was that Robbie Coltrane has passed away. The actor, best known, of course, for playing Hagrid. I think of him actually in The World Is Not Enough as the I forget the character's name, but he played an arms dealer in that. Versatile actor, I think probably an underrated actor. But yeah, sad news there. He was 72. So that's just days after Angela Lansbury, Dame Angela Lansbury, who I remember from her role in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, of course, known for Murder She Wrote, but Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Anyway, I just wanted to cover that stuff because I don't think I'll be making separate videos on those stories. Okay, the main thing I want to talk about here is dog attacks in the UK. I covered this not too long ago, I think about a month ago, but it's clear that this is a problem that is, I don't want to get into hyperbole and say getting out of control, but it's clear that it's a problem that is on the increase. It's clear that something has to be done because the number of fatal attacks in this country have increased. The number of excuse me, the number of attacks have increased. The number of fatalities have also increased. So people can't say, oh, it's just the media stirring things up. The evidence and the data supports this. And I'm quoting here from Wikipedia. It says that a 2021 study, just getting the page up, a 21 study of fatal dog attacks in Europe during the period 1995 to 2016 placed the United Kingdom with 56 fatalities as fourth in the top five countries for number of human fatalities alongside Hungary, France, Romania, and Poland. I think I mentioned that in my previous um, video. The study also found that fatal dog attacks have been increasing significantly over time, which was not attributable to the increase in numbers of dogs. The numbers of fatalities are indeed a very small tip of the dog attack iceberg, and the number of dog attacks that led to hospitalization of the victim outnumber fatalities by several orders of magnitude. I think there's some analogies we can make with the situation of guns in the United States. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but when people die in mass shootings, that makes the headlines. Fatalities from mass shootings is quite small compared to the number of individual homicides by guns or suicides for that matter. But when this issue comes up, I see the same sort of denial from some quarters as, and again, I'm making an analogy here. Whenever there's a mass shooting in the United States, you get people, usually American conservatives, say, "Oh, guns have nothing to do with gun violence," and it's preposterous. Clearly, that conclusion. Well, when we have fatal dog attacks in this country, people will sort of say, "Oh, it's terrible," but don't blame the breeds. It's always the owners. Now, to me, that's the same sort of denialism of reality. And this is why I feel that way. By the way, I'm going to link a report, and it's about a little girl. It's kind of what made me make this video. Little girl who's scarred for life, basically 7 years old. She has terrible scarring on one side of her face. She was attacked by a Japanese Akita. So I was sort of familiar with this breed, but I thought I'd look it up just for reference. And this is what Wikipedia says about Akitas. Um, I'll just quote this. This is from Wikipedia. The Akita is a powerful, independent, and dominant breed, commonly aloof with strangers, but affectionate and deeply loyal with its family. As a breed, Akitas are generally hardy. Historically, they were used as guard dogs, fighting dogs, and for the hunting of bears. The hunting of bears. Um, and other parts of the article state that they can be quite aggressive with strangers, but docile with those that they know. That's the breed that attacked her, and it was only a puppy. So if that's what a puppy could do, you can imagine what a full adult dog is capable of. But the report also spoke to this owner, or I think they called her a trainer of American Bully XL, and she had the sort of attitude that I'm talking about, just one of total denial. Oh, well, they're always loving and affectionate around me, and I trust them completely. I trust them more with my children than I would with some humans. Um, my response to that is maybe your bully hasn't done anything. Maybe it is affectionate, but these animals are powerful. And the fact of the matter is, 50% of all the fatal dog attacks in this country, about 50%, have been American bullies or bulldog type species, type breeds, I should say. 50%. Now, you cannot tell me that's totally irrelevant. And this is the point I would argue. Of course, any dog can bite. Any dog can bite. That's always a refrain. They always say, "Oh well, any dog can do that." Yes, but it's just common sense that a smaller dog or a less powerful dog is unlikely going to have that sort of vice-like grip, to have that sort of killer instinct that a more powerful animal will have. An animal that was bred for hunting, an animal that was bred to cling on to its prey, to attack. I mean, some of these animals, they literally have muscles. They look like they're on steroids. You cannot tell me that an animal like that is fit for a family, young children. I've seen grown men struggling to control these animals. So if a grown man is struggling to control it, a woman or children, it's it just strikes me as this sort of mentality of, well, it's never done anything, so it's fine. But they could turn. Any dog can turn. But I maintain that a Labrador, whilst it can bite, it isn't going to have that vice-like killer instinct. Um, a Greyhound isn't going to have that. They can bite, they can still cause damage, but they're not going to be as fundamentally dangerous as an American Bully XL. They're just not. Um, anyway, the RSPCA, they had a spokeswoman, Dr. Sam Green, I think was her name, and she, I might have got that wrong. It's in the report. I'll put a link under this video. I broadly agree with what she said that there needs to be a preventative policy. DEFRA apparently is forming a working group on this. That's the government department responsible for, responsible. Um, but she said that there needs to be preventative measures. She sort of contradicted herself though, because she said that this is a complex issue and just adding dogs to the 1991 Banned Dogs Act wouldn't necessarily solve the problem. I agree it wouldn't solve the problem, but she sort of contradicted herself because she says, "Oh, well, it's all to do with genetics, and other factors." But that seems to me to be a contradiction because surely the type of breed, genetics is absolutely part of that. Because a more powerful dog is going it's just common sense. It's going to have more power. But she did say that there needs to be tougher penalties for reckless dog owners. I totally agree with that. That definitely. I've been in the park, when I see people letting their dogs run around, and that's fine, give them exercise. But there's too many people out there who have this sort of mindset of my dog it can never do anything wrong. If you're in a public place, your dog needs to be on a lead. And these dog owners who think that they can just let their dog run up to strangers and run up to other dogs, I'm sorry, but they're complete idiots because it doesn't matter if they think that their dog is docile. Indeed, maybe they are, but they don't know that another dog isn't that way. When we had our dog, we always kept him on a lead. When the park was relatively empty, i.e., not many other dogs around, of course, we'd let him off the lead to exercise, run around. Now, he was great with people, but he could be wary of other dogs. So, as a precaution, we were responsible. We always kept him on a lead. Um, but I'm tired of the denialism that's going on here. How many more children are going to be scarred or killed? How many more people are going to be attacked? I mean, it's people in general. I do think there's a denialism at play here. Um, no one can say that there isn't a problem here. And I've seen people on these reports say, "Oh, it's just the media stirring things up," because I think they probably have some of these animals as pets, and they just cannot fathom. They cannot fathom that there might be a problem. I mean, the woman who was American XL owner, she admitted herself they're big and powerful. Oh, but they're great around children. Well, there's an inherent contradiction there because a dog like that, okay, you get gentle giants. I'm not saying every single American bully is going to be a killer, but it's just common sense that a dog like that is more powerful. I don't think they should be around children. Um, when there is a history, when you see the track record that over half of all fatal attacks have involved this breed or a similar breed. So I would favour actually, if not expanding the Dangerous Dogs Act, at least having much stricter vetting on who can own these animals, much stricter vetting. Um, and if someone has a criminal record, if they have a record certainly of using dogs, abusing animals or anything like that, they shouldn't be allowed anywhere near any dog. If they are not physically strong enough to handle this dog sort of breed, they shouldn't have it. Um, I mean, the woman in the video, the dog she had seemed to be a puppy, but how about when that becomes a full-grown dog? She seemed like quite a petite woman, so how is she going to handle it? I would question that. Let me know your thoughts. But I just think I get really angry with this argument that nothing should be done. Oh, it's just more laws. We don't need more laws. But when there is a problem, you can't just pretend that it's going to go away. Let's just ignore it and it'll go away. It's the same attitude I see with the gun violence issue in the States. Oh, we don't need more legislation. It won't change anything. So basically, people who say it won't change anything are basically surrendering. They're saying we should just accept it. We should just accept the situation. Even if you disagree with the particular kind of legislation that's needed, at least concede there is a problem.